Entering its 12th game in its main series, even after more than 30 years, the franchise, which has seen many ups and downs, continues to surprise, in this case positively. With the arrival of Mortal Kombat 1, which could easily be called Mortal Kombat 12 without any problem, as it is a direct continuation of 11. As it has been doing since Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe in 2008, the game utilizes the Unreal Engine, which in the case of Mortal Kombat 1 is a customized version of UE4. Although it doesn't bring anything groundbreaking, it delivers excellent graphical fidelity, more than sufficient for the game's needs, and great performance. It's worth noting that these observations apply to all versions except for the Switch version, which understandably has to sacrifice graphical fidelity significantly to accommodate the platform's technical limitations. Even so, it still delivers acceptable performance, albeit the worst among the versions. Speaking of graphical fidelity, excluding the Switch, all the features are very well implemented, with the use of SSR for reflections, which I believe is well executed, even though not the best I've seen. The shadows seem to use PCSS or something similar, and the textures have a high resolution, likely utilizing tessellation to add volume to various details. Including the Nintendo Switch in the analysis, the features, in general, are greatly simplified, with the complete absence of object reflections, only featuring specular highlights on surfaces. Very simple but competent use of soft shadow mapping for shadows, almost non-existent textures, and sometimes slow texture loading. Resolutions are in line with the standards of the platforms, with 1440p on the Xbox Series S and 4K on the Xbox Series X and PS5, where it seems that no upscaling techniques like FSR2 were used, although I couldn't be certain of this. In the case of the Nintendo Switch, it appears that FSR2 was used, perhaps in ultra-performance mode, at a resolution of 1080p, which would lower the working resolution to as low as 360p. Explaining the extremely blurred image compared to other platforms. In terms of performance, all platforms, including the Nintendo Switch, target 60 frames per second for gameplay and 30 frames per second for cutscenes, with few variations from this standard on the main platforms, and the Series S version being the most stable. On the Switch, there are occasional stutters and more pronounced frame drops. The load times aren't as fast as expected but are cleverly disguised in story mode cutscenes and a character selection screen in Versus mode. On the Nintendo Switch, with its significantly longer load times, this transition can feel awkward and is often followed by a freeze before the initial fight cutscene. Regarding bugs, the only platform where I noticed significant issues to comment on is the Nintendo Switch. There, textures sometimes disappear or decrease in quality, which is already low in its best condition. During the execution of a brutality, where a hook ends in decapitation, the head floats in the air. Overall, the game in my opinion, offers excellent graphical quality and performance, which I consider on par with Mortal Kombat 11, making it the best in these aspects in the entire series. In the case of the Switch, I believe the developers did almost everything they could to fit within the technical limitations of the portable platform. Mortal Kombat 11 already had several of these issues, and what's worse may be due to loading 2 characters for each player. However, I think there is room for improvement and optimization, and I believe these will be made in the near future. Thank you very much.